AITA for breaking up with my girlfriend by text after she told me to hide before girls' night? I am 28 years old and work in IT support for a mid-sized company. It is nothing fancy, but it is stable. It pays the bills and lets me save a little. I have always been a reliable person. I show up on time, help out when needed, no drama. That is how I approached my relationship with Natalie, too. We met through a mutual friend at a casual barbecue about 2 years after I graduated from college. She was 26, working in marketing for a boutique agency, and was all about social media campaigns, networking events, and the whole influencer scene. Natalie was outgoing, always stylishly dressed, with a circle of friends who looked like they stepped right out of an Instagram feed. Brunches, girls' trips, and rooftop parties. I was more of a jeans and hoodie guy, preferring to hike in the state parks on weekends or binge-watch shows. But opposites attract, right? We connected over late-night talks and laughter. I fell for her hard. From the beginning, I was all in. I supported her through a tough time when she was laid off 6 months into our relationship. I helped with her resume, paid a few of her bills while she job hunted, and even drove her to interviews. She stayed at my place most nights, and we would talk about the future, the trips we would take, and maybe getting a dog. But here was the red flag I completely missed. She never introduced me to her friends. Not once. She would say things like, "Oh, they are super critical of guys," or "It is just girls' time, you know." I brushed it off, thinking she needed her space. In retrospect, it was because I did not fit her aesthetic. My job was boring. My car was a practical and decent sedan, not a luxury SUV, and I did not party every weekend. I was her reliable, quiet, but publicly embarrassing secret. I remember one night that still stings. It was her birthday, a year into our relationship. I surprised her with a homemade steak dinner, her favorite Napa Valley Cabernet, and I even baked a cake. She loved it. We had an amazing night. But the next day, when I suggested meeting her family at their Thanksgiving gathering, she just laughed. "Babe, they are intense. Let us just keep this to us for now." I swallowed it, telling myself it was fine. Another time, she was stressed about a major presentation, so I stayed up late helping her rehearse. She nailed it and got a promotion. My reward? A brief thank you text. There was no mention of me on her social media, where she posted about everything else. I gave her so much of my time, emotional support, and even loaned her $2,500 for a certification course, and I got breadcrumbs in return. But love makes you blind, does it not? Fast forward to the night it all shattered. It was a Friday, and she had planned a girls' night at our apartment. Well, technically it was mine, but she had practically moved in. I was looking forward to a quiet evening. Maybe I would order a pizza after they left. But as she was getting ready, curling her hair and deciding between outfits, she casually dropped the bomb as if she were commenting on the weather. I was sitting on the couch, scrolling through my phone, when Natalie turned from the mirror, lipstick in hand. "Hey, babe," she said, not even looking at me. "Can you leave before my friends get here? I do not want them to find out about you." I blinked, thinking I had misheard. She laughed, a sharp, dismissive sound that hit me like a slap. "No, silly. Just go out for a bit. Grab a beer with your friends, or whatever. It is just easier if you are not here when they arrive. They think I am single, and explaining you would just complicate things. You get it, right? It is girls' night, no boys allowed." My stomach turned. "Explaining me? We have been together for 2 years, Natalie. Why have you not told them?" She sighed, rolling her eyes as she applied her mascara. "Because, honestly, you are really sweet and all, but my friends are all about the vibe. Successful guys, exciting lives. You are stable and predictable. I love that about us, but they just would not get it. They would make fun of me for settling for the safe guy." She paused. "Besides, I have been chatting with this guy from work, Spencer. He has that spark, you know? Trips, parties. Nothing serious, but if they saw you here, it would ruin the vibe." "Chatting with Spencer?" I kept my voice even, but inside, I was cracking. "So, you are flirting with someone else while we are together?" "It is not like that," she snapped, finally turning to face me with that self-satisfied look she got when she thought she was right. I stared at her, the woman I had built my world around, reducing me to an inconvenience. No apology, no empathy, just entitlement. "So, I am your secret boyfriend. The one you hide because I am not exciting enough." She shrugged, glancing at her phone. "Look, if you want to frame it that way, fine. But yeah, basically. Can you just go? I do not have time for this drama right now. I stood up slowly, grabbing my keys and jacket. No yelling, no pleading. Just a single nod. No problem, I said quietly. I will go. She smiled, relieved. Thanks, babe. Text me later. We can cuddle after they leave. I did not answer. I walked out, got in my car, and drove to a nearby city park. I just sat there for an hour, replaying every moment. The sacrifices, the one-sided effort, how she posed online, living her best life, but cropped me out of the pictures. The confusion hit me hard. Why was I not enough? But deep down, an anger was simmering. It was not explosive, just clarifying. This was not love. It was me being used. An hour later, around the time her friends were probably arriving, I sent the text. We are done. Please pack your things and leave them by the door. I am changing the locks tomorrow. Good luck with Spencer's exciting life. My phone immediately blew up. Missed calls, texts. What? We need to talk. This is ridiculous. I let it ring once, then answered for what would be our final, sober conversation. She answered on the first ring, a mix of confusion and irritation in her voice. What the hell? You are breaking up with me over text? How immature. We need to talk about this. I kept my tone calm, letting none of my emotion show. What is there to talk about, Natalie? You just told me to leave my own apartment because you do not want your friends to know I exist. You have been hiding me for 2 years while flirting with some guy from work. What else is there to say? She scoffed, as if I were the one being unreasonable. Official? You never pushed for labels, she added. Labels. I repeated, the word tasting bitter. We have been practically living together. I paid your rent when you were unemployed. That is not official? See? This is why. She shot back, her tone smug. Always so serious, so needy. I need space to figure out what I want. Spencer gets that. He is not clingy. If you had been more exciting, maybe I would have introduced you. But you are content with your little IT job, your routine. I deserve better. This is your fault for not stepping up your game. Her words were like punches, a twisting knife. The excuses piled on top of justifications, all of it dripping with hypocrisy. She had benefited from my routine stability, but now it was a flaw. So, I am the problem? For being reliable? Exactly, she said, almost triumphant. I am evolving, babe. You should try it too. But if you are going to be dramatic and end it like this, fine. You will regret it when you realize no one else will put up with you. I paused, letting the silence hang. No begging, no defending myself. Just clarity. You did not want your friends to know about me. Now they do not have to. Goodbye, Natalie. I hung up, blocked her number, and that was that. The apartment was empty when I returned later that night. Her friends were gone, and she had left a few bags by the door with a note, your loss. I changed the locks the next morning and donated the things she left behind to Goodwill. The first few days were tough. I would wake up reaching for her side of the bed, wondering if I had overreacted. The confusion ate at me. How could someone I loved treat me like I was disposable? The injustice of it all burned. I had given everything. I had sacrificed weekends for her events, even skipped a family trip to help her move. And for what? To be her secret shame. Yet, I did not lash out. No social media rants, no bad-mouthing her to mutuals. I just sat with it. I went on long runs to clear my head. I journaled about the red flags I had ignored. It hurt, but it was also a wake-up call. This was not about her anymore. It was about taking my life back. Weeks turned into months, and I threw myself into rebuilding. First thing, therapy. I had never done it, but a friend recommended a specialist in relationships. The sessions were eye-opening. I unpacked how I had allowed myself to be undervalued, seeking validation from someone who saw me as a backup plan. You are not boring, my therapist said. You are grounded. That is a strength. Something shifted in me. I started setting boundaries, not just with others, but with myself. Work became a focus, too. I had been coasting, but now I enrolled in online courses for certifications, cloud computing, cybersecurity. I crushed them and was promoted to senior analyst with a nice raise. Suddenly, my boring job was flying me to conferences and connecting me with brilliant people. I upgraded my wardrobe a bit, not to impress anyone, but because it felt good. I still had my jeans and hoodies, but they fit better, with a little more style. Physically, I hit the gym hard. Not for some revenge body nonsense, just consistency. Weights, cardio, meal prepping. I dropped 15 pounds, gained muscle, and most importantly, confidence. On weekends, hikes became group adventures with old friends I had neglected. I even joined a local trivia league. It turns out my predictable mind crushed the pop culture rounds. Socially, things opened up. At a conference, I met Jenna, a graphic designer from another firm. We connected over bad hotel coffee and shared a few laughs. I was not rushing into anything, but we started dating. It was casual, fun, and with zero secrets. She introduced me to her friends right away, without hesitation. It was refreshing, a stark contrast to Natalie's games. Jenna saw me for who I was. Reliable, yes, but also witty and adventurous in my own way. We were not serious yet, but it felt real. During this time, I heard whispers about Natalie through mutual acquaintances. Nothing I sought out, just snippets that found their way to me. Apparently, she had jumped right into things with Spencer, posting cryptic stories about new beginnings. A mutual mentioned she seemed happier at first, but the cracks started showing. Public arguments, her venting about his inconsistency. I paid it no mind. Not my circus anymore. My inner monologue evolved from why me, T. Oh, what is next? The vulnerability faded into a quiet strength. I had been mistreated, yes, but it taught me my worth. No more settling for breadcrumbs. 6 months after the breakup, I had a new apartment in a better neighborhood, minimalist, with space for my hobbies. Life was not perfect, but it was mine. Solid, drama-free. And that is when the first signs of her unraveling began to appear more clearly. It started with small rumors, the kind that filter in without you asking. A mutual friend from the old barbecue circle mentioned it casually over coffee. Heard Natalie's going through it with that Spencer guy. I just nodded and changed the subject. I did not want the details, but they came anyway. It turns out that right after our breakup, she had gone all in with him. Public dates, social media posts, flaunting their adventures. Spencer was the embodiment of her exciting ideal. A 20-something freelance photographer with a flashy Instagram, always jetting off to photo shoots in exotic locations. But beneath the filters, he was a mess. From what I pieced together over the next few months through overheard conversations and the occasional screenshot from concerned mutual friends, Spencer was not just flaky. He was unstable. He charmed women with stories of his connections, but it was all smoke and mirrors. Natalie moved in with him right away, quitting her marketing job for a collaborative project that never materialized. Instead, he used her as an accessory at events, draining her savings on trips that she funded. Then the cheating came to light. One of her own friends caught him with another girl at a club, the very scene Natalie cherished. The arguments escalated. He flew into a rage and smashed her phone during one fight. The police were involved once, but she downplayed it. Her downfall spiraled quickly after that. Her friends distanced themselves as the truth came out. It turned out Spencer had a reputation, and they had subtly warned her, but her smug dismissal of me had alienated them too. No one wanted to enable the drama. She tried clinging to the group by posting desperate stories about self-love, but the likes dwindled. Professionally, the agency would not rehire her after she had blown off deadlines for Spencer's whims. Her job search sputtered, the gaps in her resume raised flags, and the economy was not in her favor. Financially, she hit rock bottom, maxing out her cards. An eviction notice for their shared apartment came after Spencer bailed, leaving her with the lease. The last I heard indirectly, she was sleeping on a cousin's couch, doing gig work like driving for Uber, ironic for someone who scoffed at my predictable stability. I did not gloat. Karma was not revenge, it was consequence. Watching her posts shift from glamorous to vague pleas for good vibes just confirmed that I had gotten out. My life was thriving in the background. But as her world crumbled, the outreach began. Subtle at first, then desperate. It pulled me back into the fray, testing the peace I had built. The first crack appeared about 8 months later. A text from an unknown number. Hey, it is Natalie. New phone. Miss our talks. How are you? I stared at it. The audacity hit me like a ton of bricks. No apology, just a feeler. I did not reply. I blocked it. But she was persistent. An email came next. We should catch up. I was going through some things back then. Let us get coffee. I ignored that, too. Her attempts intensified, shifting from casual to pleading, revealing the desperation underneath. One night after work, I saw 2 missed calls and a voicemail. My phone buzzed. I listened out of morbid curiosity. Okay, fine. You are ignoring me. Her voice cracked, nothing like the smug tone from our breakup. But we had something real. Spencer was a mistake. He is gone now. He cheated and left me high and dry. I am sorry if I hurt you. You were always there for me. Can we please just talk? I need advice or something. Please call back. Advice? From the guy she hid like a dirty secret? I deleted it. No response. But then her toxic circle got involved. Her sister, whom I had met once, sent me a message on LinkedIn, of all places. Natalie isn't a bad place. You owe her a conversation after everything. She says you overreacted. Be a man and hear her out. That sense of entitlement made my blood boil, but I stayed calm. I replied once, not interested. Please do not contact me again. Blocked. The situation escalated when her best friend, Tessa, part of the girls' night crew, ambushed me via a group chat with mutuals. Dude, Natalie is falling apart, the message read. She lost her job, her place, everything. Spencer was abusive, a total psycho. She regrets how she treated you. Give her a chance to apologize. You are better than ghosting her. The hypocrisy stung. They had enabled her secrecy. They had laughed. I left the chat without a word. By the 10th month, the desperation turned to anger. She showed up at my old gym. She must have been stalking my routine somehow. I was midway through a set when she approached, looking disheveled. Messy hair, red-rimmed eyes. We need to talk. Now, she demanded, her voice sharp. You have been ignoring me for months. That is cruel. I said things I did not mean, she continued. It was work stress, Spencer pressuring me. But you were safe. I see that now. Let us fix this. I set the weights down, keeping my voice steady. Natalie, this is not the place or the time. She crossed her arms, her face twisting. Oh, you are too good for me now, with your promotion and your new life? I saw your updates. Congrats, by the way. I mean it. I messed up, but blocking me, making me beg? That is low. My family is mad at you, too. They think you are heartless. Mom even said you used me for stability and then dumped me. Used her? The reversal was laughable. Your family does not know me. Because you never let them, I said flatly. This is over. Please leave. She stepped closer, her voice rising, drawing stares. How dare you? After I gave you 2 years. You are nothing without me. Boring, remember? Spencer showed me excitement, but he broke me. You owe me closure. The gym staff intervened then, escorting her out as she hurled insults. You will end up alone. I finished my workout in silence. Her true nature, manipulative, entitled, was showing through the cracks. The friends who had defended her backed off when they heard about the scene. The truth spread. She was further isolated. The attempts did not stop. More burner texts, emails claiming poverty. I need help. I am all alone. It would then turn to rage. You are a coward for not facing me. But each one reinforced my distance. I had evolved. She had not. The climax came unexpectedly at our mutual friend Gavin's birthday party, about a year after the breakup. I had hesitated to go, knowing Natalie might show up given the overlapping circles, but I was not hiding anymore. Jenna came with me, her hand in mine, as we mingled. The venue was a casual rooftop bar, twinkling string lights, laughter filling the air. I felt good. New suit from the promotion, easy conversations about work trips. Life had turned a corner. Then I saw her across the crowd. Natalie, alone at the bar, nursing a drink. She looked tired. Faded makeup, a dress that did not quite fit right. Her eyes scanned the room desperately. Our gazes locked. She made a beeline for me, pushing through guests. Jenna sensed it, squeezing my hand. "Want to go?" she whispered. I shook my head. "This ends tonight." "Hey," Natalie began, her voice shaky but forcing a smile. "Did not expect to see you here. You look different." "Good." She glanced around. "Can we talk?" "In private." I stood my ground, my tone neutral. "We are talking now. What is up?" She looked at Jenna, then back at me, the hypocrisy blinding. "Who is this? Moved on already, wow." She took a breath. "Look, I get it. I was awful. I hid you. The Spencer mess destroyed me. He really did. Took my money, got me fired because of his drama. I am starting over, even doing therapy. But you were my rock. I see that now. Let us try again. I can change." Her plea hung in the air, desperate, echoing her old excuses. Jenna shifted uncomfortably, but I remained calm, mirroring her own past logic. You did not want anyone to know about us back then, remember? I said, compartmentalizing, because I was not exciting enough. Now, nobody needs to know, including me. This chapter is closed. Her face flushed with anger. That is so cold. After everything, I begged. My family tried. Tears welled in her eyes, but she lashed out. You will regret this. I am better than her. Jenna spoke up softly. Actually, he is happy. That is what matters. Natalie stormed off, muttering under her breath, drawing stares. Gavin later confessed her reputation had collapsed. Even her old friends saw the toxicity. For me, it was just relief. She was irrelevant, a ghost from a lesser life. We stayed and enjoyed the party, raising a glass to better days. Comment, hey everyone. Reflecting on this story, there's a powerful lesson I want to share with you all. Your value is never determined by someone else's inability to see it. Being reliable, kind, and stable is not boring. It's the foundation for a beautiful life. The right person will never ask you to shrink or hide. They will celebrate every part of you. Sometimes, the bravest act of self-love is walking away from a table where respect is no longer being served. Use that newfound space not for bitterness, but for investing in your own happiness and growth. Focus on your passions, your health, and your peace of mind. When you build a life you're truly proud of, on your own terms, you naturally attract people who honor it. Never settle for being someone's convenient secret when you deserve to be their celebrated priority. Know your worth, and never be afraid to choose yourself. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.